Yeah,
Ugh. Ugh.
because the only guy that I met was actually a co-worker for 3 days, I think, and it was the weirdest thing ever. I was working in this burger joint essentially, and a new guy came in, and he looked very philosophical. He sort of, had like longer hair, a little bit, already in the grey, and he had some weird energy about him for sure, because the way he would observe the work we were doing was like he was standing behind you, just overlooking your
Yeah.
shoulder, just being creepy. But then, the first day when we finished, we went to go sit outside. We have a pint of beer. We're chatting, and I'm like, this guy is really fun to talk to. I don't know why, but it was something about him made the discussion just flow. And we do it the first day and we get pissed drunk, and we do it the second day and we get pissed drunk, and the third day we're sitting there having this conversation, and he was taking it into a different direction. I was feeling a little bit confused. First, he was really talking about women, and then he was talking about like houses, and then he said like, I don't even need this job technically, and I was like really confused by all it. And I think he was asking me what my boss thought of him, sort of like getting behind the backbone of the company and figure out if there was like if he was gonna stay or not, if we liked him. And I was honest to him because he looked like an honest person. Turns out I think he might be a bit of a pathological liar, but I said, look, my boss sort of, Googled you, and he found some dude who was arrested on charges of I think drugs or whatever, right? And before I could finish the sentence, he was like, yeah, I have this unlucky situation where, there's somebody with the same name that sold some drugs, but I killed somebody. And he just says it like that, like completely, like it's nothing. And I'm standing, I take a sip, and I look at him, and I'm like, I'm still processing. I'm like, wait, you what? And he's like, yeah, I just killed somebody. Like, it was self-defense. And he starts elaborating a little bit more, and it was supposedly like a woman he was dating. He got into an argument with, and he was a bit drunk, and then she supposedly tried to stab him, and he stabbed her back. And it was one of those cases where, you do some research, and it's like the woman was stabbed in the back like 5-7 times, which doesn't sound like self-defense to me, but obviously I wasn't there.
No, definitely not. Yeah.
And after that, he was like, do you want to go to this other bar and have a drink there? And I was like, yeah, I'm kind of gonna go home. I'm not not feeling that comfortable hanging out with you anymore. But it's weird because I still
did he though?
Hmm?
Did he do that?
He did.
Is there any way to confirm it?
He did.
Yeah.
Because there was when they were talking about his former jobs, he said that he worked in a really big kitchen for like 1,000 people, which was the prison cafeteria, which completely makes sense, right? And he sold it in a very, very smart way. But I don't know how many years he did. But to me, something creeped me out about him. Even though I think I'd still love to sit down and have a conversation. I think that part of him was really interesting. But I can't look past because he said it. And I kept thinking, what if I get into an argument with him, I say something bad, next thing you could be the one getting stabbed in the back. So I sort of just distance myself from him.
I've got a good analogy of the characters that I've met. Is there's a video online of a guy who takes a wolf to a dog park.
Oh my God.
And the dogs in the dog park just know, right?
Yeah.
It's like holy shit, that's a wolf, right? And these guys I'm talking about are just similar, right? The guy I was talking about in the buffet is a bit of an exemption because he is a big guy, huge sausage fingers, like muscles on the side of their head, and that's obviously like a physical trait, right? But I'm not talking about the physical trait. I'm talking about the ambience of the entire room changing. It's like, hey, that guy just walked in and I feel uneasy. So it's like kind of similar to the dog seeing a wolf, walking in a dog park. Like, yeah, like that guy is a person you should not be in the room with. It's time to leave now, Like it's crazy. There's people who give off auras, but that type of aura is pretty scary.
Yeah, I mean, because the first thing I noticed was with some people you get that, but this is more I think of a work environment thing where there's that one coworker that when he or she enters the room or the business or the office, like everybody around you just goes, "Ah, this motherfucker again," you know. But that's a different kind of aura. I think that's just being a dick. Right?
Yeah.
But the aura that you're talking about is this. There's something eerie about these people. Like they just